Hey everyone, I'm Scott here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. And I want to talk to you about something that's about to happen, according to what I've read. It's almost July, and that means that the movie theaters will be reopening soon. We've got Christopher Nolan's new film Tenet on deck for the end of the month. Prior to that, Russell Crowe's got a new movie which is supposed to be hitting theaters. I'd like to express my opinion that this is not a good idea, that theaters shouldn't open up yet. And the reason why is because of what I've read recently about COVID-19 and the way that it gets transmitted, is that outdoor activities are fine. You got a face mask, you wear it, you physically distance yourself from other people, you're not self-isolating with. Your chances of getting COVID-19 are much less. However, if you're sitting in a room, an enclosed room, with questionable air circulation, and you and the other people in that room are breathing the same air for 2.5 hours, your chances of getting COVID-19, if one of those people has been infected, is a lot greater. I understand the position that the people who work at movie theaters are in. They need to work, they need their income. The people that own movie theaters, they need their revenue. The movie studios need their revenue. You know, Tenet is a huge movie. It's I don't know the exact budget on it, but it's probably in like the $200 million range. There's no reason why Warner Brothers wouldn't give Christopher Nolan $200 million to make another movie, given the success that he's had for them in years past. But an executive back in 2018 who got that call wouldn't be anticipating a problem like this, you know. Hello, Christopher Nolan. Great to hear from you, buddy. What's up? You want to make another movie, huh? Awesome. Fantastic. We love it. Hey, are you going to be shooting on location? Wow, 6 or 7 different countries? Incredible. Are you going to have big action set pieces in it? Fabulous. Are you going to be shooting IMAX scenes? Incredible. Oh, 70 millimeter, of course. Absolutely. Is it going to be a twisty, turning, mind-bendy type of thing? Wonderful! We love it! We love you, Chris Nolan. Take $200 million, go make your movie, we love you! July 2020, it's gonna be great, we love you! Yeah, he didn't expect, that guy did not expect all the movie theaters to be closed in a couple years' time. It's, you know, it's a sad situation, it's a hard situation, you know? Because movie companies, they need revenue. Distributors, production companies, you know, they spent all this money in the movie and now they can't release it in theaters. Which is why so many movies are going to streaming now. They're going to on-demand. You know, you got Trolls World Tour. I'd imagine it made money. I don't know how successful it was in comparison to putting out in theaters. But I know that people like Christopher Nolan are very insistent on not only shooting on film, but showing movies in movie theaters on big screens. They like that. They like that. They want it. And if Warner Brothers decides, hey, you know, we can't wait around another year to release Tenet, you know, unlike Universal, which delayed Fast and Furious by an entire year, they're waiting a whole year to, and that's, I think, the smart move if they want to keep it in theaters. The alternative, putting it on at home, you know, for streaming, or making DVDs and Blu-rays available for people to purchase so they can be mailed to them so they can watch the movie that way, you know, or have it on demand, what have you. That's the best option for some movies, you know, but for the big movies, they want to be in theaters, and so Black Widow got delayed, James Bond got delayed, Wonder Woman got delayed, Fast and Furious delayed for an entire year, and that may be the best move for Tenet. And if Warner Brothers doesn't want to do that, if Warner Brothers wants to put it out sooner rather than later and put it out at home, it's probably not going to make Christopher Nolan and other guys like him happy. You know, they might find Christopher Nolan standing outside the gates of their studio, you know, with an angry look on his face, holding up a sign, you know, yelling at them for not releasing the movie in theaters. He might have Quentin Tarantino and Steven Spielberg and Clint Eastwood and Paul Thomas Anderson joining him, holding up their signs, going, film, film, theaters, film, celluloid, film, sprocket holes, film, 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 and, you know, or unless, of course, they're contractually obligated to release it in theaters. That could be an issue as well, that they have to put it on in theaters because Christopher Nolan's contract says so. Wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. Don't know if that's the case, but it wouldn't surprise me. But the problem is that theaters opening this soon. I mean, they only delayed Tenet by 2 weeks. It was originally going to come out in mid-July, and now it's going to come out at the end of July, and it's like, how much of a difference can 2 weeks make? There was a report on the news yesterday being Wednesday, and the report says that in Florida and Texas and Arizona, there have been record numbers of new COVID-19 cases. You know, months after all this self-isolation and businesses closing down, now businesses starting to reopen. There's more restaurants that have outdoor seating areas. You know, people are starting to relax a little bit and saying, hey, we got through it, but, you know, we haven't. COVID-19 is still a huge problem. You know, there's going to be more people getting infected, more people dying. Over 100,000 people in this country alone have died from this disease. And you get it just by breathing in other people's spaces, inhaling, exhaling. You transmit it just by being close to people and breathing out. Sitting in a movie theater, watching a movie, breathing other people's air for 2.5 hours is still not a good idea. Drive-ins, you know, they're probably fine, you know, but I've only got one drive-in theater within a reasonable distance of me. It would take me a couple hours to get there, but, you know, I could do it if I wanted to. There's tons of movie theaters around, indoor movie theaters, that I shouldn't go to. I'm tempted to. I really, really would love to go back to the theater and see new movies. Because right now, you know, it's just like, pay $20 to see Trolls World Tour. I'm like, I don't want to spend that. I want to see it on the big screen. I wanted to see it in 3D, actually. CG animated movies in 3D are great, you know, as opposed to the live action movies in 3D, which look weird. But couldn't, you know, and so I gotta wait. And I'm probably gonna have to wait for Tenet, and I may have to wait for a lot of other movies if the number of new COVID-19 cases keeps going up. As long as we don't have a vaccine, and as long as that vaccine hasn't been administered to lots and lots and lots of people, it's not going to be safe to go back to the movie theaters. You're better off staying home. A friend of mine, whom I'm sure a lot of you know, Jim Gisriel, I asked him a question recently. Would you rather stay home and make $50 off of reviewing a movie at home, or would you rather take a chance on these new COVID-19 procedures at the theater and make more money, like $300? And he said, I'm staying home. And, you know, I would too. I really want to go back to see the movie theater, to the theaters to see the movies on the big screen. I also really wanted to see Black Widow in May, and I wanted to see James Bond in April. That didn't happen, and I'm still okay. I'm still alive. I survived not seeing the new James Bond movie. I survived not seeing the Black Widow movie. I'm going to survive waiting until at least October before seeing Wonder Woman. And if I got to wait a whole nother year to see Tenet on the big screen at all, or if I got to wait a whole year to see it at all, I'll live. I can manage. And I hope the rest of you can too. So please, don't go back to the movie theater yet, all right? Not unless you're wearing a spacesuit. If you have a spacesuit, you know, it's in good working order, then yeah, go back to the movie theater. Otherwise, please stay home. Or go outside, you know. They got movies in the park, that'll probably be okay. And drive-ins, they're okay too. But the regular movie theaters, we're not ready for that. Put your mask on, stay safe. And happy quarantine viewing. My glasses are fogging up now. Yeah, no, I don't like this either. Later, guys.